I'm like, they wouldn't have showed it if it ain't coming out by like, I figured by this summer or fall. Because otherwise they would have showed it way too early.
Yeah, but they do that all the time. They want to get the hype going.
I mean, they did do that with Elden Ring. They showed it like
but that game kept getting pushed back.
This game better not get pushed back.
It doesn't sound like it will. Actually, it sounds like one of the reasons Elden Ring got pushed back and the DLC got pushed back because they were some of that team was put over on the Armored Core team.
They finally got the budget, man. You got to take advantage of that.
So, but God, I can't wait. Oh, Armored Core and Homeworld 3.
One of those things sounds really fun. The other sounds like a Homeworld.
Yeah, they even heard of Homeworld before me.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, exactly. We've heard of it. We've never had it.
Okay.
Homeworld is one of those things. It's like you be on Steam and like you played one game too much. Like I played a lot of like Civilization, so I get recommended a bunch of like Civ-like games.
Man, they had the Homeworld collection for like $1.50 a few weeks ago. I almost bought it again.
Why?
Double support.
It's $1.50.
That's not supporting if you're paying $1.
Appreciate y'all. Gonna drop that in there. I mean,
I
you could at least gifted it to somebody.
I have it on Steam. I have it on Good Old Games. I don't know what else is on. It might be on Epic or whatever, but I'm not buying it on Epic. But
you could have, like you said, gifted it to somebody.
Yeah, gifted to somebody.
That's true.
Engage.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of Winners Don't Use Drugs, presented by Engage Gaming. This is episode 81, TO number. I'm Darius, and I'm here with Zac.
That's my quarterback.
I appreciate
That's
you,
my
brother.
quarterback.
I appreciate it. Yes. And
It's the only thing he gave us in Dallas.
he made some plays.
Yeah, he did.
And we're here with 81% of Nolan.
I'll go at 87 today. Actually,
87. Okay. Okay. Over and under's going up. Okay.
It's tax season's going down.
Oh, that's right. He is. He gets more his percentage back.
Yeah. It's part of it.
Seem very sleepy.
I'm sleepy, yes. But I'm here. Talk about some video games.
Yeah, man. We have a lot to be excited about because we're almost entering the
apocalypse of.
Was it part 2 of the Golden Age? This is the second Golden Age.
Second Golden Age, yeah. It's ridiculous.
You have Zelda, you have Street Fighter, you got Final Fantasy, okay?
And Diablo.
And Diablo. Don't forget Diablo.
This could be 1995, okay? And we would all be like, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay. We are back. This year has nothing to do about the youth. The youth movement was last year with Fortnite and all that getting no build mode, even though that was for us too.
Yeah.
That was for the older people.
Yes, for the older people.
Can't build.
I be looking at kids when they play Fortnite like, you don't have to do that, right? You don't have to build stuff.
You just shoot them.
Yeah, you don't have to do. It's just laser point everybody. None of the guns have dropped for the most part. But yeah, we're getting all the games from our youth. But we're also getting a whole bunch of other stuff that's gonna be really cool even after, right? We got
Redfall.
Got Redfall, which maybe people aren't as excited for as they once were, for good reason. But also, I'm still gonna play it, and I hope it's fun. All right,
I'll probably try it out.
Yeah, man.
That's not really my type of game, but it's on Game Pass, so
It's on Game Pass, brother. So you're not even losing.
Not losing anything, yeah.
Unless you have PlayStation only, and which I understand.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. That does mean you can't try it with no without putting some skin in the game.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have 60 FPS at launch. But all the footage they were showing for the game previously was the 60 frames. So people are feeling like they got a little misled, and they don't have an actual date for the 60 frames. It just says coming soon.
One day when we figure out how to do it.
Let me ask you this question, though, because I kind of thought about this. Is it because they had to put it on both consoles?
Probably.
Oh, wait, it's on Xbox One?
Yes.
Wow, that's
More than
stupid.
likely.
Why are we still doing this? Like, why are we still doing this?
Because
the install base.
Yeah.
The install base tells us that we have to have it.
There's still a lot of folks with Xbox Ones with Game Pass that probably won't have Game Pass anymore if they can't play
One game?
These Xbox games.
Well, I think it's because of the newer, like, why would I keep it if I'm not getting the new stuff?
Well, maybe you should get a new Xbox.
I mean,
or
yes,
a PC.
That is the answer, but it's it's hard to tell folks that.
You don't have to tell them. Make them do it. You don't got to say anything. Just don't release it on Xbox One anymore, and they'll change. I mean, they'll have to.
Or
they
just cancel Game Pass.
Or they cancel it. Fuck them.
Listen,
dude, I'm so tired
I know.
these old generations ruining our games.
Holding the stuff back for everybody else. I know.
Get out of here with your boomer Xbox One.
Yeah.
God bless.
But as someone who used to be poor and loved gaming, I appreciate them trying.
Listen, coming up in the 90s.
Used to be poor. I still am. Anyway.
Yeah. One of the things I learned very quickly is that the hobby that I love the most was not the hobby for me technically.
Yep, I'm the same way.
Everything about my lifestyle as a kid, I was like, yeah, I'm really not supposed to be into this thing because it is stupid expensive.
It is expensive.
Like, being into sports was easier as a kid because you could just go to a park with a ball and make something happen. With a Nintendo, need a lot of things to go right for you.
Yep.
I played my first 5 years of gaming was on a black and white TV.
Me too.
Yeah, because it was like I could ask for a new TV, or I can get a couple of games. I know what I know what the color's supposed to be. Eventually, you actually don't even pay attention to the fact that not color on there. You fill it in with your mind.
It's true.
Except for things on the screen you can't see because it's in a color that blends in with the background, but that means that game just cheating. But anyway, yeah, I think that sucks, man. That the game is probably being held back by that, and I know that the nice thing would be to be like, well, they, like I said, from a business standpoint, the install base, all that stuff, great, but from a getting people to play your game, like again with these new IPs, man, you got to blow people away more than you can make it for everybody. Like that's part of what you got to do is you got to give people the best version of your product. If you want people to take a chance on something that they don't have any reason to, there's nothing that's telling them that I should be giving up some of my gaming energy for this game. Like
Sony isn't doing it, right? Sony is when they release wasn't
Horizon on PS4?
Horizon was on PS4. They had to hold that game back almost a year
because of it,
if you recall, because they had to make a PS4 version, and God of War was the same way.
Yeah, Ragnarok.
Those were going to be the reasons to get a PS5, but you couldn't get a PS5.
Well, yeah.
So if they were going to sell any copies of it.
Getting PS5s was definitely a lot harder than getting Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but now they're just available.
Yeah, so, like if you're really trying to get them, you can get them.
Yeah, but so in Sony's case, it was a little bit of a different case where it's like, so folks still can't get a PS5. We can't make PS5 only games, even though that was the plan for these two big games. So
I feel like what hurt games like Sonic Frontier.
Yes,
the old generation.
Yes, 100%.
Because they couldn't put as much stuff. It made the game look empty.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks because from everything that we end up hearing from developers, everything that ends up being leaked out, the devs are telling the producers and the publishers, hey, it would be really cool if we could just do this thing on the new hardware. Like this has been happening. Honestly, this has been happening since the PS4, PS3 days.
Yeah.
Where people wanted to just work on the PS4 because one, it's so much easier than whatever the PS3 was.
Yeah.
But then two, it's like it's more powerful. We want to just make the game like Dragon Age Inquisition had the issue.
This is the first generation Microsoft's really done this because usually previously,
they just tell you
a new
get,
system
get up
comes
and get
out.
Lost.
They drop support of the old system immediately.
Like if you look at the Xbox to the 360 and even the 360 to the One, even though the One's launch was a little more rocky, like they still were like, get it. I don't know why you looking at us with the 360.
It wasn't really rocky. It was easy to get Xbox Ones.
No, I mean like as far as the sales of it initially.
Yeah.
So like if you wanted to have a reason to be like, well, people are still having 360, maybe we should hold off.
They had launch games you couldn't get on the 360.
That's what I'm saying. They still went all in on it. They were
they definitely did.
Like Dead Rising.
But I think also the difference between Xbox to 360, 360 to One, and now One to Series is Xbox to 360. Xbox didn't sell so great. 360 sold great. Xbox One didn't sell so great. Xbox Series doing okay, but the two of them combined,
we doing good.
They still need sales from both of them, and that's why they're maybe not so quick to jump away from it. But I know a lot of developers. I read something that was saying developers are really starting to, especially with the Xbox stuff. It's like like you said, it would be great if we didn't have to make an Xbox One version of this game. And it's like, if you want to be on Game Pass, that's the only way. It has to work on everything, because we still have a significant amount of folks that have Xbox Ones. That if you have an Xbox One and you can get a Series X, get one. First of all,
you are playing around
so much better,
and you don't lose any of your library.
I had to turn on my Xbox One again a few months ago for something. I had to do something with a game to move it over into the cloud or something like that. Mm-hmm. And oh my God, does that thing feel so slow?
Oh yeah, I hate when people ask to play Dragon Ball Z Kakarot because it's only on our Xbox One.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
Loading that bitch up.
You and Steven, y'all do this. That Xbox One has served us well.
Yeah.
Okay, and it is a Kakarot machine, because that's literally the only
thing on it.
Or hey, bud, your mom said that you don't really play games like that, so we're gonna use you on the Xbox here. I know everybody else has got the other device and Minecraft is loaded up expeditiously, but not you. Okay.
You go watch that bar for the next minute or two. Yeah.
No, it is crazy, like how much more of a crawl it is, because when we got the Series X, it didn't seem like it was loading like so much. Like, so.
I noticed immediately.
Yeah, I did too.
But like, I think it's more enhanced if you go back and you have to go do it, and then you're like,
oh no. Because the only thing I was playing on my Xbox at the time was the Avengers game. And the day I got my
so that game is just not optimized for anything.
So first of all, setting it up was so easy. It was like, hey, so you want to just pull everything over? Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Hey, just go on your phone real quick and download this app. Okay, now press this button. Okay, it's all done.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, awesome. Okay. Let me start this game. Oh, I'm gonna get up and go to the. Oh, it's loaded. It's up and running.
Hey man, look.
I usually can take a shower, prepare some breakfast.
That Avengers game was not supposed to be on current gen systems.
Oh my God.
They can say what they want to.
It used to take forever to get into the game.
Yeah.
Now it's like,
first of all, it's got two load screens. It's got, we gonna load the game. It's got a whole bar and everything.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, now we're loading the game. So now you get to look at all the cast and characters, do they little freeze frame
which
thing.
you barely even see on the Series X. It's craziness. So yeah, anyway. But I know a lot of developers have been bringing that up, and that we could be seeing this could be, now again, this one is a little different because of the shortages and COVID and everything like that. But I wonder if this is going to affect companies trying to do backward compatibility going forward, because a lot of companies don't want to make a Switch version of a game, but there's so many switches out there. You really going to leave those sales on the table?
Of them there. If you could just get 1% of that,
exactly,
it's pretty good.
But so there's like, well, we got to make a Switch version. We might as well make an Xbox One version, a PS4 version. And even then,
well, see, here's what I think too. So I'm annoyed when you get these new games, right? And they're multiplayer, and everybody at this point has understood that everybody has friends on multiple platforms. That's just how it is at this point, right? People got different things.
Yeah.
You make a third party game, you don't make it cross play, but you make it cross gen. So I don't want to play with
what game was recently like that?
Dead Island. Dead Island 2 is like this. So Dead Island 2.
You can play with Xbox One and Xbox Series X, but you can't play with PlayStation and vice versa. That's fucking stupid.
Dumb. We're making we're focusing our attention in the wrong directions here.
It's still better. We're getting there. At least we're taking steps, small as they are, to cross play.
Man, you can't even play WWE 2K23.
There's a bunch of games that you can cross play. I don't understand why people are having so much issues unless it's one of the companies being assholes about it.
I think it costs
probably Sony.
I think it costs the companies money.
Yeah,
that they don't necessarily want to do for something that they may or may not think will be worth it, will increase sales or anything like that.
Yeah, and a game like Dead Island, I could see that, because it's not
let's get it out there and see how many we sell, and if there's a big outcry for it and we sell enough, maybe they can go back and do it. But
Yeah.
I mean,
I just felt like we were gearing towards like AAA games at least, right?
yeah.
AAA games that talk about the multiplayer stuff like that. I thought we were getting towards a universal crossplay. Now, lower tier games as far as budget wise, like I completely understand if you don't have certain amounts of financial backing, you probably can't do it.
Yeah.
Totally understandable. You showing me all this AAA stuff, you want to be seen as a blockbuster, but then we're not getting all of the amenities that if I felt like we were going towards.
Mm-hmm.
Like honestly, I'm waiting for like most of the sports games themselves are missing out on such.
Yeah, it seems like anything that's clearly going to be majority played online multiplayer.
Right.
Yeah.
Like fighting games figured that out
way.
way faster than everybody else, and it's crazy.
Well, have they though?
I mean, at least they give the illusion of that they're trying on it.
Yeah.
Like they'll tell you like, okay, look, this game right here ain't that big. You know what? We're not gonna do it in this one. Okay, just let it go. All right, but bigger game, Samurai Showdown. Like we're working towards it, right?
Is that a bigger game?
Well, that's not even working on crossplay. That's just working on
rollback.
Is it rollback?
rollback.
Then
Yeah.
didn't Guilty Gear just do crossplay?
Guilty Gear just did. I heard something about something.
Street
with the
Fighter
Xbox
will have
version. Street Fighter's going to have it out the gate. KOF just did a crossplay beta this weekend that I completely forgot about until last night. And I was so mad.
Oh, so you can do a move and then it happened over there on the other side of the screen?
Well, I heard from a few folks that I found that played it. It was like it didn't really fix because everyone was hoping that would fix the making part of it where you're sitting there for half an hour waiting on a match.
It's still doing
which
it?
I didn't have until the
Nobody's
last
playing
patch
it.
that was supposed to fix it.
Nobody's playing it.
Well, supposedly people are playing it, but
folks are playing it, but
they can't get a match. So
like
they
the
figure
majority of them are probably on console, and I play it on PC. So like, hey, once they bring the console players in, everybody should be playing.
I got new people to feast on. You see that?
Yeah, well,
Salivate.
no,
Look at him.
No.
It's Gundam all over again.
Well, yeah, but I am waiting on that. But anyway, but no, I heard that matchmaking still seemed to take a long time to find, and people on PC couldn't connect to people on console. So
it's not crossplay.
it was a beta. That wasn't the final launch, but some folks are also saying it'll be out at the end of this month too. So we'll see. Hopefully they fix that. Sam Show's supposed to be out. The rollback for it's supposed to be out soon, from what they said. And it's like, where's the second test?
No, that was the test. It went fine. It went fine. Yours didn't go well because you're playing against Brazilians, and we already told you about doing that.
The developer that said there was going to be a second test, but then SNK was just like coming out in summer. It's like, oh.
First of all, developers don't get to make choices. Clearly, that's why we keep having these previous generation releases. They don't know what they're talking about. Okay, they think they know because they make the game, but we know. We're saying it's coming out soon. So
yeah, well, but
we got other stuff coming that we can be excited for.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Talking about Redfall having issues,
Yeah.
and then they put it on the previous gen, and then why would you do that? And I know don't get hot again. You started like about to get hot.
There are reasons, but
Okay.
They're not
Is
good.
is Jedi Survivor on old gen as well,
I think it's on PS4.
but not Xbox?
I don't
One?
know if it's on Xbox One or not.
I'll look it up.
Yeah,
Um,
because they've been having a little bit of a tough go.
yeah, well,
They were mostly negative on Steam, even though Steam reviews can be they can be jaded.
yeah. Now, just for me watching folks play it though, it looks amazing.
Oh yeah, Jake was playing it, and he said it crashes on us
It's
sometimes.
only on the new gen.
No, it's only next gen. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
It's not on the old stuff.
I don't know stuff at all.
There you go. See, they're trying to get it.
We're getting there
Hey,
I mean, they're only having issues really on PC.
on PC.
yeah. It's just if you have console, you got 100 gig download as soon as you get the game. So congratulations. And it's not a patch, because a patch means I can or cannot have to have it. No, you can't start the game without it. So that's some game.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
you-
that-
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that fucks over anybody that doesn't have internet
Yeah, exactly.
or has like shitty satellite internet.
Or really, yeah.
Sorry to you
gotta play it next
bumpkins
week.
that live off in the boonies and you can't get no
Can't
internet.
get internet.
Yeah, you're not good enough for Star Wars. No, I'm just playing.
You can play it next week. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Just start
it up.
downloading now.
Just start downloading.
Cut your TV off.
That sucks though.
It does, man. It really does. And the fact that it's you have to download the rest of the game. And first of all, why is it 155 gigs? Like that's a preposterous amount of memory.
I remember a streamer I was watching this weekend play it. He played it the morning, and then he came back the afternoon, started playing it again, and he was surprised to find that it was downloading the textures again the second time he started the game up. It's like, wait a minute, didn't I already do this? It's like, maybe you didn't.
Nope. They let you start without doing the full high res text.
It may be, yeah. And I've heard you have to turn off lighting. What's that new lighting stuff?
Ray tracing?
Yeah, I heard there's like if you're on PC, just turn that off.
Yeah, they said you can do. There were some issues with it on the PlayStation 5 in performance mode.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you want to turn ray tracing off if you're in performance mode, but if you're on just visual mode or whatever, high quality mode, then it's fine. But
your frame rate's gonna.
And we had somebody come in and play it for probably.
Did he play Sunday too?
Yeah, he came in and played 3 hours on Sunday.
Yeah,
and he didn't have any issues.
No, fortunately,
and the game looks great.
It does.
Oh, I can't wait to play it.
Like watching some footage of him playing. I watched some Jake playing a little bit of it. He was the early part of the game because I still kind of want to play it, so I'm trying not to see too much of it. But he said it was everything that you would want from a sequel of that game, and he was like, the writing is really good, the character like interactions and stuff, like it's up to the level of Star Wars quality. So good stuff. Hopefully they get whatever the performance issues worked out. But yeah, 100 gig day one download is
I'm sure
wild.
they will. I wonder if they tried to hurry up and get it out before May 4th.
Probably. They should just release it on May 4th.
Yeah, they should just release it on May 4th. But I mean,
doing?
With an extra week helped.
No, but
I'm sure Disney didn't allow them to release it on May 4th.
Yeah, they probably didn't. They were like, we're going to use footage from your game as part of a compilation on May 4th, but your game has to be out. We're not taking away from whatever other Star Wars plans. A lot of Star Wars content coming, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it's kind of a shame that's kind of marring it, because otherwise it looks great.
Yeah.
But there seems to be kind of a thing, we're getting PC ports of console games more.
It's crazy how they
now. Because I mean, I saw an article the other day where the Last of Us Part 1 still doesn't really work on PC. It's like, wow, they're still trying to fix that? It's been out for what, a month and a half?
Yeah.
2 months?
How long have they been working on it? Like, how do they not have these issues fixed? Like,
well, it used to feel like everybody used to wait for the PC ports of games because that you were getting like the most like stable version, and games are designed on PC and all this stuff.
And that's what it is. Games aren't PC first and then make it for console. It's console first, then make it for PC. And doing it that way, you're dealing with, an infinite, you make a game for a console, exactly what hardware is going to be in there.
Yeah.
You got the PS5 that's going to have this. You got the PS4 that's going to have this. You got the Xbox Series X is going to have this. S going to have that. Xbox One's going to have this, whatever not. PC, you have an infinite combination of parts that could be in there.
Yeah.
This person could be running.
Well, that's why the people having problem with Jedi Survivor is what the guy from EA said.
Oh, yeah.
So he said.
That's a cop-out excuse because people with like the best rigs are having issues running your
no.
game.
Well, it's your combination of good rigs, sir.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's a stupid excuse.
He said that having let me make sure y'all understand
this now.
He said you guys have these high-end processors and graphics cards, but you're running Windows 10, and that's the problem. Windows 10 is not meant to be used with these high-end cards, so it's making our game mess up.
Yep.
Man, he can get the fuck out of here with that shit. He can suck my dick.
Like it's such a dumb, like when sometimes
it's such a cop out excuse.
I read that tweet and I was like, oh, it's my fault. I got it. Got it.
Because that's everybody's response. Is like, it's our bad for thinking that we could run your game correctly. But you know what? All right, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Let me go. Whatever.
It's like when
I
you
tried to upgrade to Windows 11, it wouldn't let me. It said I needed some stupid random thing on my computer that I don't have.
Oh, you probably just need to go to your BIOS and turn on the auto.
Oh yeah, because I'm a
something.
computer technician. I know how to do that.
I mean, I can do it.
I don't know, man. I tried doing it. I went to where the option was supposed to be, and there was no option. So and I didn't. I was like, you know what? I don't need Windows 11. I'll stick with 10.
it just moves everything into the middle.
Which I don't like. Now that we've switched,
There
this
is an option
computer
to move it to the left now. Actually,
now that we switched the computer to Windows 11 on this one, there's things that I just don't like. Like changing audio settings is a fucking hassle.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
Like
Yeah,
it used to be
audio-
so easy, and now they've
Used to
made
click on the speaker.
yeah.
it. You could change it.
He's right there. I
But
click.
now it's like in that
have to
little
make-
cluster thing.
You have to do like three more clicks just to get to where you can change the audio now.
Yeah. Well, you can also do Windows G, and it brings up the gaming thing, and all the audio stuff is over there. So that it's like, but yeah, it's learning the new stuff. It's like,
this wizard over here.
no, it's not a wizard. No,
Well, you gotta hit Alt, Control, the F key.
People that
Before you
bring
hit the F key,
one-
though, you have to hit the U.
No.
No, fuck you.
one of the weebs had to show me.
Listen.
And when he did, I was like, oh, they should really advertise that because that makes it much easier.
No.
It's still different, but now at least I know how to get to it faster.
I'm trying to get the debug mode over here.
It should be like they should have like a press conference before they release like.
Well,
these
I mean,
Windows.
yeah,
And go, hey, look at all these new features. You can just hit the Windows G and it brings up all your audio and all your
in
video.
the game bar.
and
Yeah,
the
it
game
brings up
bar.
the game bar and you screen capture, your video recording, your
They might have
audio
had press
options,
conference.
all
I
of
ain't
that
know
stuff
that
is right
shit.
there.
Listen, Windows used to be really good at showing the user how to do things like in an intuitive way.
The clip.
Clippy?
Yep.
Hey, where my boy at first and foremost? All right, bring back Clippy.
Well, what was it before him? It was a wizard, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was the Windows symbol thing. Yeah. That was a little creepy though. I don't want the
That
Windows
was a
symbol with
dang-
eyes. That's wild.
Yeah.
A paper clip with eyeballs, completely reasonable. Windows logo with eyeballs, monstrosity. Look like a homunculus out there. But it just feels like they went to like around like Windows 8 when they tried to make everything a tablet.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, hey, don't do that.
No, it's like I don't have a touch screen, so
Yeah.
this makes no sense for a mouse and keyboard.
Why can't I right click? Why would you need to do that? I would like to have the option, sir. Like Windows 8 didn't want you to have the option to do your stuff on your computer.
forgot all
Like, why
about
would you
that.
want to go to the folders? Because it's where my stuff is. Why don't you just press enter and then we open up a random program and hopefully that's what you wanted. But anyway, Windows is less intuitive than it used to be, and I don't
Yeah.
like that. Let's talk about some good stuff, man. Some exciting things. Okay.
Yeah. So I came across this game last night. I think I don't know. I don't know when it was.
Time is a social construct.
Yeah, and it's made by one person. One person makes this. He says that the game doesn't have or isn't too far from releasing. You can actually wishlist it on Steam. It's called Out of Action. I think he said he's just working on game modes right now. Like he's got pretty much all the mechanics down, and he's just working on game modes and artwork for like boxes and like for menus and shit.
You got to polish it up, you know.
But we can go ahead and play this.
Check it out.
It's very Call of Duty-esque,
Yeah.
but with like an anime style to it, and like a John Wick style almost as well.
This is like cell shaded.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Looks like the people are, but the backgrounds are kind of just standard polygon. But that
Yeah.
movement is wild,
You know
like
what
in a
it-
good way.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? I can't remember the name of that game. It was a launch game on the Wii. From Ubisoft, the shooting game that I actually really enjoyed.
Gosh, it was where you had because it was like the single player game, right?
Yeah.
And it was like you were like going against like the triad or something.
Yeah. God, what was the name of that game?
Zach?
I don't know.
So anyway, Red something?
Because he had like a sword and a gun, right? You
Yeah,
used to
because
block.
they made a part 2 that was actually way
There's
better,
a
but it was
sword
more
in this, too.
based on.
Oh, really? See, look at that. Yeah,
You can block bullets.
So, yeah, but
Yeah, the
that-
developer was saying that with the sword you can block all bullets, and it's like 100% block. You just gotta, if somebody's doing it, you have to shoot them in the legs.
Oh,
But
makes sense.
anything from the torso up, they can block.
but this one's a multiplayer.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a multiplayer shooter.
It's supposed to be just 4 players.
No, I think it's just what's showcased right now.
Okay.
Let me see if what is it called? I know what you're talking about. That Wii game.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like a launch game for
yeah.
it.
It was definitely a launch game because that was the game I played the first night we had it.
And yeah, the second game, they didn't make you use the motion controls. You could use it like
Yeah, I think there was a mode
Red
without
Steel.
it.
Red
Red
Steel.
Steel, that
Yeah.
was it. Yep. But like immediately, it's like, oh, this looks like Red Steel.
Yeah. Ooh, we doing work with the pistoli. That's my kind of carrying on. I don't like that though. I don't like the knives. People be killing me on Call of Duty with it. What is that? Hey, my man was jumping backwards. He didn't know where he was. That's gonna be me. I'm gonna be the guy getting shot in the back, flipping backwards.
But yeah, you can dive and slide. And,
Yeah.
And not cartwheel, somersault.
Yeah, and PC people gonna eat me up with my controller.
You be moving so slow.
Yeah. I'm gonna find one movement button, and that's gonna be my movement. And every time I'm gonna move the same way, and it's just gonna light me up. It's probably gonna I'm probably gonna dive backwards every time, so you don't actually have to adjust where you're shooting.
No, the reason I saw this, I saw pop up on my YouTube, and I just saw like the cell shaded. I'm like, that kind of looks interesting. I'm like, is it an anime or is it a game? And then I clicked on it and found out it was a game.
What's it called again?
Out of Action.
Out of Action.
And you can wishlist it on Steam right now. Like I said, it's made by one person.
Man, it's amazing what people could do
Yeah.
when they just somebody locks in. Because like the thing about this that's really cool is the actual like movements and shooting. All of it seems so fluid.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
wild.
it doesn't seem like clunky at all.
It's crazy because all of these big companies come out with games and they shooting feels like you wearing cinder blocks. Like it's cinder blocks on the barrel of the gun, on your character. Oh, that's a good grenade. That's me right there throwing grenades, baby. I don't have to aim. I just got to get it near you. I wonder what's going to be the like it looks like he's got a decent amount of weapon types.
Yeah.
Somebody got it. How did he see him?
Oh, and there's like camouflage and stuff too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure enough.
Looking like Crisis.
Crisis, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like you get special abilities, like he can see people through walls.
Oh, okay. So probably like depending on what your loadout is and stuff, or maybe perks.
Yeah. So some people have like camo, and some people have the tracker system, whatever it's called.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll be keeping an eye out for that.
But yeah, I figure we should showcase it a little bit here.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out on it.
We'll definitely whenever it releases, we'll give some sort of review because we're definitely gonna play that at least once. We're gonna run that.
Is it on Game Pass?
Only if Microsoft gets to own him.
Yeah.
You mean you want to own the game? No. You misunderstand. We'd like to purchase you.
Hey,
how
all
much?
the folks,
Yeah.
from all the folks that left Halo 343, they might need all the shooting help they can get.
Hey man, don't worry about
Sure,
that.
if you put that kind of movement in Halo,
Ooh, buddy.
There was talk that they might be getting one of the developers from Activision to work on the next Halo game, but we'll see.
huh?
I mean, I don't think any.
I mean, they own Activision now, so
No, that's dead.
Well, that's
it's dead now?
It's probably dead.
It's probably dead.
What happened?
So the European FCC or whatever it is, they said that they wouldn't allow it because of the cloud gaming aspect of it. So Microsoft has a 70% share or near 70% share of cloud game. Or because Stadia doesn't exist now, and whatever Sony has is awful, and then whatever Amazon has is awful as well.
Nobody knows about it.
That too.
Well, that too.
Well, you
yeah.
also, it's one of the few things that you don't get as part of Prime. So like you get
You don't?
yeah, so you get like this, like you can get
like a trial.
yeah,
right?
trial, right? But
why
like
would they do that?
every other thing with Amazon, if you got Prime, you got it, right? This thing Luna, you don't get it for free, so it's another.
Nobody's
variant.
using it. I'm curious how many people they have subscribed to that shit.
You know how I found out about it? Through Twitch.
Yep.
I thought I was getting a free game through Twitch, and I click on it, and it was like, nah, you can play it a little bit through Luna for a little while. But
It's
not
like
for
they
me.
have to be.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was playing Mega Man 11. I was like, oh, this I might have to.
I only know because of what you said.
Yeah. But
I never even knew about it.
so because of that, they said that Microsoft having Call of Duty on the cloud would be too much of an advantage over the other cloud platforms. So that's Europe's version. That's why they're blocking it. And essentially, Microsoft doesn't really have a combat for that because, I mean, just because everybody else, basically, because everybody else sucks at this thing, we can't get this thing.
Yeah. To which Sony was like, ha ha!
Yeah,
Thank God our cloud sucks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Sony over there looking like Silky Johnson, the biggest hater ever, and successful in the hating though.
Oh,
But
did
it
you
sucks
see
'cause
what Xbox folks said when the ruling came down? I wish I could remember. You need to look it up though. Look up what not Phil Harrison, who's in
Phil Spencer?
Microsoft. I think so.
Yeah, it's Phil Spencer.
Whatever he said to the EU when it was blocked. Oh boy. It was like,
The
that's
EU
why,
is what it's called.
That's why you guys suck. That's why gaming is dead in the UK or whatever. And it was like, oh my God. It's like he went off on them.
This isn't it?
No, I think
No,
it's February.
it would have been more recent.
Yeah, there we go.
Where?
4 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, he went off on them.
Was it on Twitter or something?
I can't remember. I read it in an article somewhere, and I was just like, ooh, okay then. I gotcha. But
apparently the biggest thing that Microsoft wanted wasn't actually the Activision. Like they were like, this is good to get Call of Duty and all of that,
right.
but it was the mobile money that they were really trying to bank on because of the Candy Crush and all of that stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think it even says what he said.
No, it doesn't.
There's got to be a link to it somewhere.
It's all right.
Just, yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
Look it up. So,
yeah, they tanked it. And it sucks because
I think it would have been good for Activision.
yeah, because they don't seem like they have the best direction right now.
no.
Like
By no
we're
means.
hoping that Diablo 4 somehow isn't like tainted by the whole thing.
You know, I was talking to Jonathan last night, and you know he's not. He feels like Diablo 4 is going to be a letdown, and I understand where he's coming from because Diablo 3 was pretty much a letdown.
Yeah,
And Diablo Immortal was a letdown.
yeah.
But I'm hoping
Because you guys don't have phones, but that's a whole different conversation.
I'm hoping because the last expansion for World of Warcraft, Dragonflight, is actually really fucking good. Like they've done a lot of good things with WoW, because they went down a road that was just it wasn't good.
Getting a little.
Yeah, with some of their expansions and
See,
some of the
a lot of
decisions
real
they
estate
made.
to Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, but this last expansion is really good, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I'm hoping that signs of things to come, that they've kind of gotten back to the roots and figured out what they need to be doing.
At least the Blizzard side of things,
Right?
Like like you said, the Activision thing. Man, Call of Duty is in such a weird spot right now because like it's still king, but it's like, what are you king of at this point? Are you just because you Call of Duty? Because it just feels like it's just a part of the cycle of having a Call of Duty out. It's not.
Well, I
really,
feel like right now Call of Duty's number one right now because of nobody else is really putting up a fight.
that's what I'm saying. Like you're just like you happen to be. You know, it's like when you look at if you follow combat sports and you follow like heavyweight champions. Like there are times where the heavyweight champion is a dude who's champion, not because he's like legendarily good, but because it's like somebody has to be champion, and he won the last fight.
Yeah,
He's like, yay me. He's like, but where's the actual like who's the person that's come take the throne?
yeah.
Like what's we were thinking that we were going to get some competition from Halo and Battlefield, and like it was going to push everybody to be better at all this stuff. And
Man,
then,
I play Halo from time to time. It's still fun. I just don't have anybody to play with, so I don't continue to play it.
I'm gonna tell you the thing with Halo that bothered me a lot. It felt like it took so much work to get any sort of accomplishment from the battle pass stuff. Like even like the little mini events and stuff like that. It just felt like I had to play so much to get stuff.
Yeah, their battle pass was not rewarding at all.
No, and after like playing like just the initial part of the multiplayer, and then when the single player campaign came out, like I watched you play the whole campaign, and I went and played the campaign and was like, oh yeah, this is super fun. And then we didn't get multiplayer for forever, which I would have wanted to just run through with somebody just because it was really, really fun. And it just felt like all of the juice behind it just kind of just
fizzled.
Yeah, it was too little, too late. By the time the stuff that everybody wanted came, most folks were done with it.
And then we all know Battlefield is
like me.
And I keep saying I'm gonna give it another shot, and I keep saying I'm
going to give it. I mean, I'm going to play. I still love the series, but the last Battlefield I played was Battlefield 4.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's like the first one on PS4, right?
5 wasn't bad, honestly.
I don't play that crap on console. First of all,
pardon me,
mademoiselle.
I don't know.
I got a bunch of the newer ones for free.
Everybody's got the
somewhere,
new one for free
like
if you got Game Pass.
Battlefield 1 and there was another one,
5.
and then 5.
You got Hardline?
No, I don't have Hardline.
That's probably one you should get. Cops and Robbers.
I'm telling you, I don't know why. Hardline was just such a bad idea. I don't know. That game just always felt like more of a Need for Speed game for me. That would have been cooler if they worked with what's the company that makes
Crichton?
Yeah, Criterion.
Oh yeah, Criterion.
Yeah.
If
they worked with them and made it a Need for Speed game that also had first person shooting in it,
or it could have just been a game mode added to one of the Battlefields.
Which is what it should have been.
Because I played the beta and I was like, this the whole game. I'm looking up online to see what the other modes and stuff, and I'm like, oh, this the game.
Yeah, that's the whole game. Yeah.
Why?
It felt like 2142 all over again, which I loved. But I understood a lot of folks were like, so you're charging me $50 for what should have been a mod.
Oh yeah, when the original yeah.
But 2142 was so much fun. You know, I'm a big sci-fi guy anyway, so.
Well, like the Bad Company 2 had the Vietnam expansion.
Yes,
and that was fantastic.
But that was really good. Yeah,
and it was like, okay, so this is what an expansion like. That was one of the things at the time. Again, talking about the competition between the big first person shooters, it was like, hey man, not only is Battlefield a different type of experience, but they giving you completely different eras on top of the game for the free.
Yep.
Or at least they made it. They made it free after a certain point, but originally it was like $10 or something.
Yeah, but it wasn't that much either way. But it was good.
Yeah, it was a whole. Like, it felt like
it changed the game.
It's like, oh, now we got rice paddies, and you can burn down the rice paddies, and the vehicles are different, and your equipment is different because you're in this different time period. Great, but like now, what we have from all the first person shooters is like, I see why there is and I'm happy for these people. Why like Apex is thriving so much. Because it just keeps giving these people more of what they like. It's not trying to tell them that, hey, I know you've been enjoying that over there, but we're going to make you play it this way. And that's how you play now. I know you like this. You clearly like this. That's why you keep doing it. But we're going to make you do this. Call of Duty, it tries to force you to play the modes it wants you to play. It tries to force you to play the maps it wants you to play. You can't vote on maps anymore. You know, they get mad at people playing Shipment 24/7 too much because they're like, oh, you guys are just getting camos and not doing the game right. And it's like, you want us here or not? Like you got DMZ skins with built-in UAVs and armor plates and all. It's like, come on, man, what are we doing out here?
No, I'm completely out from Call of Duty because of what they did with Gunfight. They released Gunfight this season. It was a big thing. Like, was like finally they're releasing Gunfight, and then they released it with 4 maps, 2 of which are already in the fucking game. They didn't make maps for the fucking mode.
Or just bring it. Like, if you're gonna be lazy, just bring the other maps. You brought them from Modern Warfare.
Bring them all from Modern Warfare, because Modern Warfare launched with Gunfight.
Yes,
with
6 maps.
6 maps.
6 maps.
6 dedicated maps.
Yeah,
they weren't like
pieces of another map that you get to play in,
or just a version of like Shipment when they had Shipment.
Like having Nuketown be a map is like, oh yeah, we got Gunfight Nuketown. It's like, that's already a map. No, these are 6 dedicated maps. The mode, they would have built-in tournament mode in the game, and people were playing. Everybody like, oh, this is super cool, and they were like, yeah, it was, wasn't it? Not no more. We're not doing.
Yeah, I'm completely done with Call of Duty right now.
And then allegedly, we ain't got to the NBA Finals yet, but allegedly they're going to announce another Call of Duty after saying this was supposed to be a 2-year game.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Yeah,
and like I said last week, like it's purely business. It's stupid to make it a 2-year game when you sell 1 billion copies every year.
Break your own records every time.
because I mean, it's not like it's a bad game or anything. It's just there's
And the campaign is fantastic.
Yeah,
And the thing is, like, I hadn't done any
you
of like
play
the
it.
raids and stuff. You hadn't played it yet still?
No, I
Terrible.
finally got in.
Yeah.
It took a
Oh,
while.
yeah, that's right. You had to
It's probably
install it and reinstall it.
one of the best campaigns they've had in a long time. Actually,
Oh, yeah, very much so.
there was a lot you can do.
I'm about halfway through it, so I don't know. I need to finish it. Actually.
Oh, yeah.
You haven't finished it yet?
Yeah, so the thing is,
I was busy.
Yeah,
When I finally got it to work, the day I finally got it to work, I played it for like 3 hours, and I'm like, I haven't played it again since. No, it's fun.
There's a lot of variety in the mission.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was
there is,
that was
yeah.
the thing. It was like every couple of missions you were doing a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that stuff that you don't really get. You know what it made me want? It made me want like a dedicated single player action series game again. Like, it makes me want another Splinter Cell even more.
Oh, don't even get me started.
I know, but look, here's the cool thing. In X Defiance, they will have a faction that is from the Splinter Cell series. So isn't that cool?
It's just nowadays it's so risky to make a game like that,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
and you have to put if you're gonna make a game like that, you probably have to dump a shitload of money into marketing. Whether it's to pay streamers to stream your game or what was a game that came out recently where all I was seeing was ads on it? Like everywhere I looked, there was like ads. What game was that?
That's a good question. I mean, if you're talking about on like Twitch,
Like in the last month, it was like it's been real bad. It might have been Jedi Survivor. I don't think so though.
Jedi Survivor had a good online marketing presence.
Did it?
Like it was definitely around. You know what game that I didn't see a lot of? Crime Boss Rockay City.
Dude, that game came and gone.
Oh no, I seen one article about it, and they were like, "Hey, this game came out and was dead immediately."
Yeah, like they gave up. They did the one thing during the VGAs and just gave up.
Yeah,
on the
I always
game.
felt like that was the first time I'd ever heard of that game. And it's
It was the first time we all heard of the game.
yeah, and it's like I feel like we should have heard of a game with these actors in it way before this.
Somebody, as Zach said before, somebody called in all of the favors,
must have.
got them to record to be a part of this, and was like, "All right, y'all did it, appreciate it. Let's not ever bring this up again. Here's everybody's bag of blow. Go about your business."
And the game didn't look terrible.
And no, the game didn't look terrible at all.
And it wasn't even a full price game. Like, it was only $40 on release.
Yeah. Now it's only on Epic, right?
Yeah, for PC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only on PC.
No, I think it's on the consoles, but I think
On PC, it's only on Epic.
yeah, on PC you have to get it through.
Is it on console?
I
I'm
think
not sure if it's on console, but on PC, I know it's only for Epic. Because
Crime Boss Rockay City.
I went to go download my free Epic game last week, and it was up there, and I was like, "Oh, I forgot that game even came out."
Yeah, it's on the PS5, Series X, and Series
Okay.
S.
Okay.
So, but
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I mean, ever since I saw it, then
we need to find it for the cheap and just run through it.
oh, I feel like it's going to be a free game on Epic soon.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's great. We're like, all right. So what if that happens, and then all of a sudden there's just a boom?
It takes off. I mean, it probably will.
I got 4s on
yeah,
IGN.
consistent 4s. If we got a 4 on IMDb, I didn't even know they rated games. Probably 'cause
wonder
all those
why.
actors. Everything I saw about it is that the voice acting isn't that great. The story is
How
very
is the
basic.
voice acting not that great?
I mean,
Because
Yeah.
people there for because they got to be, not because they want to be.
you can have a good actor. That doesn't necessarily mean you have a good director.
Well, also the script
That-
the script is
The
bad.
script could be
Yeah,
bad.
from everything I've
And
seen,
not every actor needs to be a voice actor.
No,
two different
two
areas.
different. Yep, two different skill sets.
It's probably just a lot of like from everything I've seen from it, as far as the reviews, it's a lot of this game would have still been mediocre in when Saints Row 1 came out.
Exactly.
Like it's
It
a
feels
bad
like
version
one of those.
those.
It feels like exactly. That's exactly it. It feels like it's Saints Row is like the perfect example of it.
But the advertising for this game
It's been non-existent.
non-existent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The literal VGA.
Maybe they
VGA,
thought
and that was it.
Maybe they thought
We made such a big splash at the VGA in our 2-minute segment that everybody's talking about us.
and look at all the stars here. Everybody's gonna come.
Most of them looked lit, by the way, at the VGAs.
Oh my, what's his name? Madsen. Man, that dude was. not there.
They're like, oh man, you seen Al Pacino? I got a great story about Al Pacino. Oh yeah, we here for this game thing, right? And I don't know if that was him trying to be funny or if that was him.
I don't know.
They were live, so it's a little different when it's live.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. But let's talk about a game that's actually looks like it's gonna be fun and good, and not whatever that was supposed to be.
What?
Well, I said not whatever that was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it and give a full in-depth review. Like 3 months from now, I'm gonna tell you guys how great that game is. So just get ready for it.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
on
see.
Game Pass.
It's gonna be your banger of the week.
You know it.
All right, so now we're gonna be looking at Armored Core 6.
Fires of Rubicon.
Fires of Rubicon.
They just released a gameplay trailer.
Yep. Came out, I think, Friday morning. I caught it like I happened to get in. I sat down in my office and it must have came out at 9 o'clock because like at 9:15 I went and looked at YouTube and it was the first thing up there and I was like, let's go.
All right, I don't want to get too far away from the greatness that we seen on the screen. Oh my God! But you said that you had just got started for your day and you went to your office, and 15 minutes into what I assumed to be the start of your day, we had already hit the tubes of you.
Oh yeah,
we getting into it early.
I was checking my personal email.
Oh, okay.
On my because my
On
work
YouTube?
my work computer's on one side and my personal computer's on. It was like whenever I'm on your stream,
Yeah.
I'm doing this. I'm turning around, I'm working, and then I'm turning around and seeing what you do, and I'm turning around and working. So
Seems like you could just have screens next to each other to make that so much sense.
my office is in a U. It was like personal on one side, business on the other side. Yeah. So
was-
anyway,
It's like a mullet. Business up front, front in the back.
Call your office the mullet from now on. All right. So, first impressions, the budget is much bigger, right?
well, I mean, obviously, this is
Dark
like
Souls money.
So
Yeah, this
first
is
of all,
Dark Souls
exactly,
money.
it's exactly what
No,
it
this
is.
this is Elden Ring
This is
money.
Elden
Well,
Ring
it's
money.
Souls
yeah.
money.
Yeah.
It's just Souls money, exactly. But it's like it still kills me that there's so many folks out there who only know From Software as From Software for them is the Souls
people.
company, and now they're making this weird mech game. For me, they've always been the Armored Core company that's been making those weird Soul games.
Yeah.
When are they gonna make an Armored Core again?
Here you go, bud.
And oh my God, they finally did it. Oh, it looks so good.
It's I don't know about you, man, but I feel like the pace is a little bit faster.
Yeah, well,
looks
definitely.
faster.
Yeah. So there's been an interview on IGN that's really good that talks where they talk about like the design philosophy of the game and everything, and of course this is coming after they've made all the Souls games and stuff. So it's like obviously it's not going to be Souls with mechs.
But I mean,
that would just be stupid.
but it also for people who like the Souls games, they can definitely see what
I'm sure they've taken things from it, especially how the trailers and stuff are going to work for it.
Yeah, run that back.
Yeah, go ahead and start that over. But they say it's still very much an Armored Core game.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a shooter game first. So you'll be spending a lot of time shooting missiles, guns, and all of that stuff. But now what they want you to do is you use that stuff to wear your opponent down, and then they have a new there's like a button. I forgot what they call it.
Like a finisher.
Well, it's like something that'll get you in fast, and you change to whatever your close range thing is.
Oh, like a dash, like a melee charge.
Yeah. So they want you to wear down with guns and then get in and finish with close range now, which is totally cool because anybody that played what's that mech game?
Mecha Warrior, Mecha Assault.
No. It came out on Switch.
Oh, you're talking about
Steam,
Deus Ex, something like that?
Ex Machina, I think.
There we go, yeah.
A lot of folks that made the Armored Core games worked on that game.
Oh, that's why I kept
So-
seeing them talk about how similar it was or getting
Yeah.
ready for this one.
Yeah, so I mean, and that game was made from those folks really wanting to see a new mech game. So it's like, hey, well, let's get the guys that make the front mission games to help with the mech designs and stuff because they know mechs too. So that game was made by a bunch of guys that made the front mission games and the Armored Core games.
Oh, I'm gonna have to really get out a look then.
Oh, it's a lot of fun, and
Okay.
it's a lot more actiony than like say Armored Core. Like,
well, that's what
you know,
that's one of the first things
but-
I noticed. I was trying to tell people, I'm like, look, this is a lot more action.
So
at least as far as like the fast paced
Right.
type of action.
And they said one of the things that they've learned from the Souls games is how to onboard folks into a series now.
Yeah, because Armored Core is
Because
sink or
Armored
swim.
Armored Core was not. It was not something that you could just jump into and kind of have fun. You had to work at it.
Yeah.
But
played
if you did work at it, you know, it was like oh, I did it. I had the right setup and, you know, the right guns and was able to complete the mission after the 500th time.
Mm-hmm.
But they say this one they're going to start it off slower. They want new players to be able to jump in and play it. So like the earlier parts of the games, you know, it won't be so based on. They want everybody to be able to make their mechs look how they want to look, but not necessarily burden you with all the different things that you used to have to do in the old games to customize your mechs.
Mm-hmm.
They want
streamline it. They definitely need to streamline that.
Exactly. And they want the customizations to be more where you can feel it. Because, you know, in the older games, you could have this missile pod or that missile pod, and you really couldn't tell the difference. I mean, there was different stats and everything, but it was like, it was a missile pod at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, but they say they want the customizations to you be able to feel it more, you know, feel more like, well, I use the pylon instead of the sword, and, you know, now it has more oomph, but now I have to be like point blank to do the damage. I use the missile pod instead of the cluster bombs, you know, because now I can shoot the multiple things. But the cluster bombs, if everybody's in one spot, and I can shoot it far away as like a more of a shoot it up and then it drops.
Yeah, like
down
mortar strike.
Yeah. So there's like all of that stuff still going to be in it. But they said it's not going to be. Their aim is to not make it as
Gatekeeping.
Kinda.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I think
It's hard to describe for anybody that's never played an Armored Core.
Well, I think Elden Ring is probably a great example of them figuring out their Souls formula for not
for
Souls dedicated people.
Exactly.
Because that was the reason why it ended up being more successful than all the other Souls games. Was like the learning curve was still there, but the way they introduced it was much better. Literally, the Souls games was like, just like Armored Core, they shared you started it up, play it. It's like, okay, well, what do you want me to do? I want you to play it.
I want you to play it.
Figure it out. You want to be here so bad. But I'm excited for one. There still seems to be what I wanted from the Souls games is, and this probably Elden Ring much more did that better too, is giving me a story, giving me like that motivation of why am I in this mech going after everybody versus just being like, there's a bunch of mechs out here and, you know, some big mechs over there and some smaller ones, go out here and do it. Like, Armored Core was always more story driven, especially like just telling you what the story is.
Yeah, they were saying like after like because what the last one was For Answer, and well like the 5 series, but I think For Answer was the last one, which I believe was online only, or at least was like online.
That was the multiplayer was the big stuff behind it.
And but they were saying this one they're definitely going. They haven't even talked about multiplayer if it's going to be in it. They've been kind of dodgy about it. Like, yeah, it might have multiplayer in it, like where a Souls game would, where somebody could invade somebody else's game or something like that,
or help you,
or So hopefully it'll be something like that. But it almost sounds like we're only worried about the single player campaign. It's like it's got a full story. We want you to play through all that, which I am 100% for.
Yeah, I think the From Software isn't the biggest fans.
They're gonna get me to spend $450 on this.
Oh
thing
yeah,
too.
You got to
$450.
Yeah, and you're gonna do it too.
And doggone it if I'm not thinking about it.
They know you're gonna do it. That's the whole thing.
It's like I don't even have room on my desk for that thing, but
you'll make room, bud.
But I kind of want it. But just I mean, I'm just so happy that it's back because I've been wanting it for years. Apparently, they've been working on this game for years.
Yeah. As you should.
The rumor started coming out about 2 years ago, because they did a focus test, just went out on the streets in Japan and was showing folks pictures. It's like, does this look cool? Oh yeah, I guess it looks cool. Okay, great. If we made a game that looked like this, would you play it? Yeah, sure. I like mech anime and stuff like that, and that's what it looks like. Great. And that eventually leaked, and that's what me and Ace Combat saw, I think like last year, and we were like, I think they might be doing a new Armored Core. I mean, I don't want to get my hopes up because we've been waiting for what? 12, 13 years?
360, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Like
360,
PS3. Yeah. So it's been so long, and honestly, the games seem to get I don't want to say worse and worse, but they were different.
Yeah,
because there was Ace Combat 1, Ace Combat, Armored Core 1, which was the first one, and then Armored Core 2. I felt like Armored Core 2 and 3 were kind of the peak, because 2 like when it really figured out what it wanted to be, and then 3 was the first one on the next gen console, which was the PS2 at the time, and it was just like, oh, this is just so great. But then different folks started coming in and making it and putting their own spin on it, and Armored Core 5 was still cool, but but I'm just so happy.
Hey man,
so when did Armored Core? You said Armored Core 5 came out when?
Oh geez, I don't remember the year. I know it was on PS3.
Armored Core 5 came out in 2012.
Yeah, so we're looking at over 10 years.
March 2012.
So,
so that's what, 11 years ago?
Yeah.
So that means we get Splinter Cell next year? Because it's been 10 years since Splinter Cell.
Oh,
Is that what that means?
Buddy, let me tell you something. They got X Defiant and the Division Homefront and whatever else that they're doing.
It's a different team, right?
I mean, it should be. It seems like Splinter Cell, like I said, is going to be relegated to being part of the lore of X Defiance.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in Rainbow Six too.
That's right. Yeah, you definitely not getting enough Splinter Cell.
Well, what I heard they were working on one last thing about Armored Core though. Why did they call it Armored Core 6? Why didn't they just call it Armored Core?
Oh, it would have been a good time to reset it.
It would have just been a reset, because most folks today don't even know what Armored Core is. So now they're thinking, well, do I have to go back to play the old games to understand this one? No.
Honestly, I think
it's like when Soul Calibur 6 came out. They should have just called that Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
It was a reboot of the original Soul Edge.
Yeah, but they don't know that. People don't know that.
They should have just called it Soul Calibur.
But actually, they should have called it Soul Edge. I would have.
Or just Soul Edge, yeah. But
real ones, no.
But yeah. So either way,
I mean, you could say that the same thing with Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was still connected to the old games, though.
Is 6 not going to be connected to the old games?
What, Armored Core?
Yeah.
No. I mean, kind of, sort of, but no, not really. Because they even said in the interview, you don't have to have played any of the other games, because this is
you don't have to play any of the
thing.
games in Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, but when Chris shows up at the end, is kind of
at the end though.
Yeah, but they had
you don't know who that is.
The story. Yeah.
And then the DLC after was like, kind of reaches back a little bit.
His previous stuff didn't change how you felt about him when he came into 7.
It felt that changed the way how he felt. He was excited.
Yeah, I was like, oh, so this is same world, because I wasn't sure. I don't think anybody was.
No, I don't think there was any way for you, even if you read, because I read all of those little notes and codexes and all that stuff. Yeah, you had. I'm like, I don't think this is.
Yeah. And then 8, by the end of it, did a good job of wrapping everything up into it. If you read everything in that one part near the end that I want.
I need to watch somebody play through that.
Well, then also they made DLC, which takes place way later, but then also stuff is happening. I have no idea what they're gonna do for 9.
Whatever they shoot, I don't know. They still have to remake Code Veronica and
let that go.
Wesker's dead in the video game universe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man, you know what you finna get? Talking about remakes of Resident Evil. You know, everybody knows what y'all finna get. I don't know why y'all playing.
What?
And it's gonna be the new best-selling Resident Evil again.
It better not be.
It's gonna be, we're getting 5 again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they should do 1 and 0 before they do 5.
I would love for them to just put Zero as part of one. Like Zero will make a
Yeah,
great prologue.
like I say, just make it a prologue to one, not its own game. Release it as a like a Uten Chronicles.
Yeah,
they came out with that game last year.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. Now I already couldn't wait for a Uten, but after playing that, I am 100% in. Do that. Just announce the remake of one, and everybody who pre-orders it, couple of months before the game comes out, you get this prologue, which is a very short, concentrated remake of Zero that gets rid of all the dumb stuff, and then it leads right into one.
Leeches. It's all about leeches, bro.
Which wouldn't have been so bad if they showed up at all in the original Resident Evil.
No, it's because they had already transformed past the leeches into the zombie form, and Birkin took the virus and he put it in the house, and then he took the virus and made the G virus, and then he put that in the city. The rats took that with him, and Hunk shot him. So
yeah,
stop trying to make sense of this. I think that's your first issue.
Luis was recruited to. Well, you haven't finished. Did y'all finish?
No, they not
Okay,
finished.
never mind.
Not yet.
Okay,
They got like at least 3 more days of recording.
never mind.
I don't know. We have to fight Kraus, and then I assume we fight the big baddie.
I like what they did with
Krauser,
him
whatever his
in the remake.
So they did what?
I like what they did with him
Oh, okay.
because in the original game, he always just felt out of place. He just shows up out of nowhere.
He hates
He
you.
shows up out of nowhere in 4 as well. On the remake.
Well, at least in 4, so in the opening scene, Leon brings up how he trained in the military, and you see like the little scene where they're training, where they're fighting with knives and stuff, which already foreshadows the first time you meet this guy in this game, it's going to be a knife fight. But it also gives you a reason to hate him, because spoiler alert for anybody who hadn't played RE4.
It's been out for like 20 years.
Well, yeah. So, but Luis in the original game was killed by what's his name, the big bad.
Talking about the
Sanzar, whatever his name is.
Salazar.
Not Salazar, the other guy,
Ramon.
the guy that he always talks about, Lord.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about Captain Crunch?
Well, he's Salazar.
Not
The
Captain.
other one starts with an S.
Salazar is the big baddie, isn't he?
No. See, you don't know that in the new one because you met him much earlier in the original
You
game.
talking about the
Salazar always talks about Lord
yeah.
Sadler.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking. That's Captain Crunch. The one that gets to the mouth thing.
Who's Salazar? Is he the one that you fight in the bar?
Salazar's the young. Well, see, in the original game, he looked like a kid.
Yeah.
In this new one, he looks like a little old woman.
Oh, Ramon.
No, Salazar.
Ramon Salazar. Ramon's the first name.
No, his name's not Salazar. They changed it in the remake of 4. In the
he
original,
turns into like a giant bug.
Yeah, Salazar. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ramon.
that's Salazar.
They made his name
first?
Ramon?
Yeah, that's his first name.
Oh, okay.
Ew.
Weird. Anyway,
Yeah, that's Captain Crunch.
That's how you know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
so yeah, that's Captain
That's-
Crunch. Yeah.
Yeah,
And Sadler's the other guy.
Sadler's the other guy. Which
Why would
older
they make
priest.
their names
You
so
haven't-
similar?
Oh, trust me, there's a lot of questions that, again, this is why I tell people Resident Evil story isn't that great.
Yeah, don't think too hard about it.
Yeah.
But
But anyway,
maybe that's why they use Ramon more than Salazar.
That makes a lot of sense.
In the remake.
Instead of saying Salazar and Sadler.
Possibly, I don't know. But either way, Luis is killed earlier. Well, in a different spot, but now
Wait, when was Luis killed in the original?
it was in the castle.
Yeah. Like much
Or
earlier.
before you even go underground.
Yeah. He gets like
You don't even see him in the castle, though.
so kind of
remake.
like how Carlos and 3 didn't have that much time in the original one, and now he has a whole.
Now he's like
thing.
he's like in the whole
The
game
same thing
now.
they did for Luis was like in the original. It was like, hey, he shows
Greatly
up
expanded.
and it's like, hey, we got stuck in this house, and then we got out, and then you got the bug in you. Let me tell you about that, and then I get killed. So now you got to figure out how to get the bug and all that stuff out
Yeah.
by yourself, basically.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't that much help originally.
Yeah, so Sadler kills him in the original. Krauser kills him this time. So now you're introduced to this character and you automatically have a reason to hate him. That's always the thing I hated about him in the original game. It was
He
like,
showed up. I got military stuff on, so you know I don't like you.
and it's like,
And I'm Russian looking. So you know.
yeah, it looks like I'm Russian, and I know you from some history that we've never explained like at all.
Don't worry about that. You didn't watch the movie yet. That didn't come out yet. Because the movie that explained him and Krauser's relationship came out like 3 years after 4.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like a CGI movie.
and then the expansions and stuff kind of expands on it with the whole Ada Part 2. But it's like he always just felt out of place to me, and still even in the remake, the end of that game is still to me the worst part of the game. But at least Krauser he's introduced better.
You got to play Umbrella Chronicles. They got a whole mission of him and Leon together.
That's true. Yeah. Which those games, a bunch of folks are saying, "Hey, can we get those games?
Best way to learn whatever the weird story they're trying to make.
A lot of the story stuff is actually in those games.
Like all of the missions,
connects a lot of stuff.
All the missions that they talk about in codexes and stuff. You just play them in that in the rail shooter.
You play them in the rail shooters. Yeah. A lot of folks want those done again, which would be cool. I mean, we got VR. Why hasn't that happened yet?
Oh yeah, that's a whole. I want to do a whole thing about why rail shooters are the perfect thing for VR. And like none of
nobody's doing them.
They're just wasting time. They're just like you're just losing money. One person's gonna make a decent rail shooter for the VR, and it's gonna.
I don't
go
understand
crazy.
why we don't have like Time Crisis in VR yet.
Just port it over, man, and let me point and click. Good God,
I know.
Just imagine, bro, just being able to
Dude, I would play VR.
all day.
I don't play VR right now.
There's not really a big incentive for us at least, but like that would be the one that we could draw on.
That would be big, yeah. But anyway,
yeah, you're getting 5 next. I know what everybody wants to get for the remakes and all of that. We're never getting Code Veronica because we all want it.
A lot of people love that game. I talked to somebody this weekend that loved that game.
Of course they do. It's the highest selling Resident Evil game.
and it's not bad.
No.
And I would love to see their current take on it.
Oh yeah, because they could.
I mean, it would work in our RE engine, obviously. But
they could fix all the stuff that was not Resident Evil enough about 5.
I mean, hopefully the AI would be better when you're not playing with somebody, and also hopefully the big selling point of the game is the co-op.
Yeah, they'd have to make sure they had that working out the gate.
Yeah.
But
how long ago was 5? 5 was in the
2009, 2008, 2009.
Was it later than that? I thought.
No, because 4
it was a 360 game.
4 is 2004, right? Like Resident
4 is a GameCube game.
Yeah, and then this one came.
Then 5 was a 360 game.
Yeah,
I remember it coming out when we were working at GameStop.
Oh yeah, it was all new. Plenty of copies.
I guess it's been that long. Huh?
Yeah, it's been a long time. But I would love to see the current take on the story and the co-op and again, yeah, just to have her back,
because she'll never get any more screen time. She's gotten the least amount of usage out of everybody. Barry's daughter got more screen time.
She got a whole game.
And Chev was like, remember,
Chev was like, I'm still here.
I used to mess with this light-skinned chick in South Africa back in the day, that one time. Like, that's all we got.
That's pretty much it.
Did they re-release it on PS4?
Yeah.
Oh, 5? Oh, yeah, it's been.
But they didn't put Shiva on the cover?
You know why they ain't put her on the cover.
I mean,
you don't know who that is.
Do we have
you
to
know
say
Jill.
You know Jill.
You don't know who that is?
Oh, you don't know Nina Williams? Where they put her in a purple jumpsuit and made her hair blonde.
Yeah.
What was I supposed to think?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, before we get out of here, we got some new games come on Game Pass. They haven't really released a whole lot lately.
No, as they get ready for Redfall. I felt like they were kind of being quiet until Redfall got ready to come out. So I was surprised last week when these 4 games popped up.
They better start making some noise soon, though.
So we got Blaze Blue Cross Tag came out on Game Pass, and Quantum Break.
Yeah, Quantum Break got re-released. It was on there at some point before, but it got re-put back on there.
And then 2 new games that came out, day 1 Game Pass games. We're going to go over those real quick. This first one is called Cassette Beasts.
Never heard of it.
So it is a Persona Pokemon-like game. You wake up, so you make a character, you wake up on this island, and like apparently periodically people are getting sent to this island, like from whatever time and date.
Like the movie The Island?
Kinda. But like, so you have all these people from different eras, and they basically just make a life for themselves here. And everybody who has these cassette tapes, you can transform into different creatures that you see in the wild. You can get their data and you can transform. But then also you have party members, and you can fuse with them. So you could take two beasts and make a new beast. And you're going on this adventure. You're part of like this ranger group that goes out and kind of solves problems and missions for everybody, type of thing. And you're also figuring out what's going on with the world itself. Like there's got like social
Like
links.
why you're on this island?
Like what? Because basically it got to a point where people found a way to be sufficient enough that people, kind of just stopped trying to get off. So the town you're in, they're basically like, we just settle here, wait for new people, and like introduce them to life now on this island. But there was like the spirit you run into early into the game. I played like probably 4 hours of actual like total playtime, but probably 2 hours of story, because I did the RPG thing while I was just running around grinding and leveling up all my Pokemon. Yeah, I said it. But you run into this spirit here, which is an archangel, and it's like a disembodied type of, like it's kind of a person, but not 100%. But they say, if you want to leave the island, you got to let me, inside of you. And yeah, I know I said the phrasing just like that. But they like
getting off earlier.
Yeah, you say getting off earlier.
Is this a not safe for work game?
Hey man,
it's like, what's going on?
You gotta get off. You gotta let me inside. But it's a very neat like visual style, and you find different power ups. Like as you go through the game, you're finding different ways to traverse the area. So you got a glide ability early into the game because you captured the flying type thing, and then there's some where you can interact with the environments and stuff like that. So it's really cool to see, how the different creatures and how they fuse. So it gives you, because like the creatures still evolve, so they get to a certain level and they'll change and get stronger and stuff too.
Just like Pokemon.
Yes, but then you got all the evolutions and the combinations of them too. So it creates even that many more technical creatures in the game.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really fun.
So it's out on Game Pass now, and it's supposed to come out on. Wait.
The consoles, basically.
Yeah, everything.
Oh, it's only on PC Game Pass right
Yeah.
now. Interesting.
The console versions of the game come out on the 25th.
May 25th. Yeah.
That's crazy that it came out on PC first like that.
Yeah, I saw it on Steam, and then I pulled up Game Pass and was like, "Hey, man, there's a couple of new release Steam games already on here. This is what I pay for right here."
That's really cool. The other game is called The Last Case of Benedict Fox. It is a new Metroidvania game based in like a cyberpunkish
Lovecraftian is what
Lovecraft.
Lovecraftian,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right. And when I hear Metroidvania, I'm all for it. I know this was on my Steam wish list, but I have so many games on my wish list I didn't remember exactly which one this was.
First world problems, baby.
Oh, the percentage of games that get purchased from that wish list is very low too.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard.
When a lot of them come to Game Pass.
Yeah, it's such a tough thing to deal with not having to buy it because I could just play them. No, I think the visuals for this game is crazy though.
Yeah. I like the style.
My man got them skills with that knife though.
Kind of
Apparently got
reminds me of
powers.
Trine.
Oh yes, yeah. One thing I didn't like about Trine was the lack of actual combat. Like especially like the first two.
I've never played Trine.
I played the first two, and they were fun, especially for their time. They were part of that golden age of indie games.
Yeah.
During like the Xbox Live Arcade days.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the one thing that it was all puzzle stuff. It was never really combat. The combat you did was really like a puzzle to hurt the enemy type of thing. A little too creepy though.
Yeah, there's a lot of creepy elements to this. But it looks good.
Yes.
And like I say, it came out on Game Pass.
You'll end up trying this soon.
Yeah, I will eventually, whenever I get time, which I haven't had a whole lot of time because I'll be playing WoW and getting ready for Street Fighter. And
Listen, I know you guys keep saying stop talking about Street Fighter. I get that. I understand wholeheartedly.
Well, the demo finally launched on PC.
Yeah. So listen. So we gotta just let you know that.
Spend the whole month trying to make my character.
So
I spent a total of 5 minutes.
But here's the thing, though, for both of y'all, and I'm gonna say this to everybody who listening who might play Street Fighter: we need more people making characters in the game and not making monstrosities.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, I get it. It's funny. They let you make your chest super big, your arms really small. But I don't want to be in the lobby with you. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I don't want you in my lobby. I don't.
I don't want to feel like I'm in Attack on Titan.
Yeah. Like listen, we are getting the chance to make characters to put them in Street Fighter. Okay? I need y'all to take this serious. You may be saying you're taking this too serious, and you're not taking it serious enough. Okay?
It's crazy.
Zac made a character. He gave his character a backstory. It influenced his visuals. I'm sure that when the game actually comes out and we actually get into World Tour mode and can really get gear to customize our characters, then we'll start to really, find our looks and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm curious to how to. I want to explore like the costumes I can wear.
Yes. I wonder if you can have sets.
Yeah.
Like that would be really cool.
That would be good, yeah.
But that's what I'm expecting to see. I'm waiting to look into people's lobbies as we keep going through each of the weeks and people keep playing War Tour mode and getting more stuff and things like that. Like, I want to come into the lobby and be like, dang, that's you? That's what you rocking now? That's cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, Avatar fight me so I can see what moveset you're rocking with right now.
My only gripe about the demo right now, and it's going to be a gripe when the game comes out because I'm assuming it's going to be the same. The first part of World Tour, you only can use modern controls.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
It's dumb. It's dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, just you can introduce those controls.
The only thing that got me mad is that you unlock classic controls just as it is.
That's the part where it feels like, oh, you playing with me? like Capcom, y'all playing with me? I know y'all playing with me
because they make it because they even tell you how to change it, and you go to the options, but it's still grayed out. Oh, because you aren't actually going past this. You can still go fight folks on the street, but if you talk to that girl, it's over. So.
Yeah. What I'm hoping is as soon as they release you to the wild. Like that first part, like how you said you go to the options and it's grayed out. As long as that's not grayed out when the full game drops, I think I'm fine.
I'm sure you'll be able to do it at that point. Yeah.
Like I'm just like, just let me change it back.
Because then you're going to go meet Chun-Li, and then by then you have the option. So
yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of, and it's hard playing with modern controls on a stick.
Yeah,
I can imagine
because that's what I did. Because now you're like you're holding the R2 button and pressing the buttons to do the auto combos and stuff. Is like you got to stretch your pinky over here, and it's weird.
No, I'm just gonna
give me classic controls.
I'm just gonna mash through that first part.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to try and commit anything to muscle memory using fucking modern controls and then trying to go back to classic. Because it will fuck me over for the entire time. Even though I've only played the modern controls for like a short period of time, it'll fuck me over for the rest of Street Fighter 6 career.
Yeah,
your whole career.
Yeah,
I was trying to do forward and special, but I'm on classic and
I do.
It's Evo Finals. I missed.
But I do like how they do that with Luke, who's kind of the starter character in the game anyway.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of Ryu light, so most new players, they want you to play with Luke anyway. So here's how you do Luke's combos and stuff. You hold down this button, you press these. Now. And again, I like how if you look at it, you see the auto combos that he's doing, ducking, light kick, standing medium punch, uppercut, or something like that. And after a while you learn that. So when you do hopefully try to move over to classic controls, which attacks they are once you get those buttons. It's like, what was it again? Ducking, light kick, medium punch, uppercut. Hey, I can do that. I know a combo.
Yeah.
So I mean, I see that's why they did it, but I understand what you're saying too. It's like, let me just get out of this as fast as possible so I can play real Street Fighter.
I don't want anything committed to muscle memory.
Well, the thing I thought was the other thing when you said Luke is a starter character. So something I noticed on the versus screen when you're just doing the actual one-on-one fights, is they do the thing that, I think about it now as like League was the first game I noticed to do it, but I'm pretty sure a bunch of games had already done it. Where they tell you like, is this a easy, medium, or hard character?
Yeah, Strive.
Strive does that
Strive
too.
does it. There's another game, another fighting game that does too. I can't Can't think of it right now, but yeah, where they like show you, hey, this character's more advanced, this character's more of a beginner, intermediate, and sometimes you got the weird characters.
Well, and it also says like what type of character they are. Like,
Yeah.
so I think what they're doing for new players is really good. Because it makes people more comfortable. Because I just remember when I saw it, I'm like, oh, it's like when I played League and I was playing as mages most of the time, and then I would see like, oh, you want to play LeBlanc? Well, LeBlanc's hard, and you see a play, you're like, oh, that makes sense because you got to actually aim all your stuff and things like that. Is really cool. I don't want to have to do that whole part over again in the World Tour. So I'm glad my character's getting transferred, but I'm gonna be mashing out of that hole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, which you already know exactly how to get out of it as fast as possible now. Anyway, talk to this person, fight two fights, go in the alley, fight this fight, go to the store, go back.
I'm gonna still get stuck in that first area as soon as they let me fight because a lot of those people was looking at me crazy, so I had to get it. Somebody made a comment in the chats about my preferred battle opponent was the ladies, and that was not true. But they were side eyeing.
Don't
put it in the air.
What's funny though?
So to beat women.
Yeah, that's what Larry put it in the chat. Like, looks like you're beating on all the women there. I was like, come on, bro. They like right here. Also, the dude over there was level 5 and they was level 1s. So I was trying to get my XP up.
Yeah.
And then I went and fought him, you know what I'm saying? And he popped me one good time and I used the item, you know what I'm saying, to recover some health.
Yeah, there's the gold dude over there.
Like he's popping. The gold robot. Yeah, I popped and locked him up real quick.
I didn't play much because I did not like the controls.
Yeah,
I was like, I'll just wait until this comes out, beat it real fast, and then be done with it.
Now it's gonna be fun, man. We got a lot of stuff, a lot of good things coming up. I'll tell you guys how Redfall is next week because
Zelda.
Yeah, well, that's the week after.
Yeah, Zelda in 2 weeks.
Oh my God, less than 2 weeks. Week from Friday, baby.
He's got the countdown clock in the house.
I do.
It's actually me on
time.
Actually,
it's actually less than 2 weeks. It's 10 days.
No, I've been playing it's
12.
I finally played all of the DLC. I finally got to playing the DLC on
I hope it gets delayed.
Breath of the Wild. Oh no, it's not happening. Not happening.
Nola, come in. Well, you did it, Zach.
They've they're showing the TV ads and stuff now for it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and they're showing like a bunch of so. I don't know if it's an entire underworld or just one big underworld place, but folks are wondering if it could just be a dungeon-like area. It could just be one small underworld place, but everybody's like, man, I hope there's a whole underworld in the game too. So it's not only it's not only just just the overworld and the sky place, but also underground. It could just be just one little area underground, but there's obviously an underground area in this game that.
That's what you're hoping for, right? You're hoping you're gonna hit a door, it's gonna go you be like, ooh, it's a dungeon. I did it, and then no.
I mean, if it's just as long as it's but folks have been starting to extrapolate stuff. So much so that I've had to stop watching stuff because it's like I feel like they're all right, and I feel like they're spoiling the game.
Oh, people are on it, man. You get
But just the boss fights from the commercials and stuff. Oh,
that's gonna be good.
Oh, I can't wait. And now that I'm 100% back into it, because I finished the Heroes Ballad or Ballad of Champions or whatever it's called. I finished that. Now I'm trying to do the Trial of the Swords, and oh my God, I am not Red E. It's like I keep getting to the 7th stage and just like. The last time I did it, actually, I got to the 7th stage and I was going to beat it, and it started raining in the room, and I accidentally equipped a shield that was metal, and by the time I realized I was about to get struck by lightning, I got struck by lightning and died. I had to start all the way over. And I just put down the controllers like, well,
you go.
This isn't happening this day.
Was it late? If it's late at night and I lose at the game, that's not my fault. It's just late. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to come back in the morning.
Saturday night, it was about 11 o'clock. I was like, I'm already up past my bedtime.
So you're going to come back. You're going to come back tomorrow morning, eat your oatmeal and you get ready, and you're going to tear through it and be like, why was that so hard?
I might try it again tonight. We'll see.
There you go.
But I'm ready for it.
All right. Well, appreciate everybody hanging out with us this week. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on our videos. finger blast that bell icon so you get notifications when new episodes come out. Me and Steven are playing through Resident Evil right now on the channel.
Yeah, check it out,
that
man.
out.
Get cooked.
Yeah. Other than that, appreciate everybody, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Crossover combination.